Life is a journey of constant growth, and at the heart of this journey lies one simple yet powerful force: the desire to get better. Whether in our careers, relationships, or personal well-being, this desire pushes us forward, challenges our limits, and helps us become the best version of ourselves. The first step toward getting better in any aspect of life is embracing a growth mindset. The belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. This mindset was popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, who found that people generally fall into two categories: those with a fixed mindset and those with a growth mindset. A fixed mindset assumes that skills and intelligence are static. People either have talent or they don't. In contrast, a growth mindset recognizes that improvement is always possible through dedication and hard work. The difference between these two mindsets can determine whether a person continues to evolve or remains stuck in the same place. One of the key elements of a growth mindset is how we view challenges. People with a fixed mindset often avoid difficult situations because they fear failure or believe they are not naturally good at something. They might say, "I'm just not a math person," or "I'll never be good at public speaking," as if these skills were permanently out of reach. However, those with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to stretch themselves. They understand that struggling with something new doesn't mean they're incapable, it simply means they haven't mastered it yet. This one word, "yet," is a powerful reminder that improvement is always possible. Another crucial factor is how we respond to failure. People with a fixed mindset see failure as a confirmation of their limitations, leading them to give up easily. They might think, "I failed, so I must not be good at this." On the other hand, a growth mindset encourages a different perspective. Failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. Every mistake holds valuable lessons. Instead of seeing setbacks as proof of inadequacy, those with a growth mindset analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again. Some of the world's most successful individuals, like Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, achieved greatness because they refused to let failure define them. Effort also plays a major role in a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset often believe that natural talent is the main ingredient for success, which can lead to complacency. If someone believes they are naturally gifted at something, they may not see the need to work hard. However, the truth is that effort outweighs talent in the long run. Even the most talented individuals must practice consistently to improve. Take professional athletes, for example. They may have some natural ability, but their real success comes from relentless training, discipline, and a willingness to refine their skills over time. A growth mindset recognizes that continuous effort leads to mastery. Another important aspect of a growth mindset is embracing feedback. People with a fixed mindset often take criticism personally, viewing it as an attack on their abilities. They might feel discouraged or defensive when someone points out areas for improvement. However, those with a growth mindset see feedback as a valuable tool for growth. Instead of fearing constructive criticism, they welcome it because they know it provides insights that can help them improve. The best students, employees, and leaders actively seek feedback from mentors, teachers, and peers because they understand that outside perspectives can help them refine their skills and overcome weaknesses. Finally, a growth mindset fosters resilience. Life is full of obstacles and setbacks are inevitable. What separates those who continue to improve from those who remain stagnant is their ability to keep going despite difficulties. People with a growth mindset develop a sense of resilience, by reminding themselves that progress takes time and perseverance. They don't let temporary struggles discourage them. Instead, they view difficulties as part of the learning process. By adopting this mindset, they build the mental strength needed to push forward, adapt, and ultimately achieve success in whatever they pursue. Setting clear goals is one of the most important steps in the journey of self-improvement. Without goals, progress becomes random, inconsistent, and difficult to measure. Imagine trying to reach a destination without a map. You might move, but you won't know if you're going in the right direction. Goals provide structure, clarity, and motivation by defining what success looks like and outlining the steps to achieve it. When you set a clear goal, you give yourself a purpose, something to strive for that keeps you focused and driven even when challenges arise. Whether it's improving your physical health, excelling in your career, or developing a new skill, clearly defined goals create a roadmap for success. A well-set goal should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Vague goals like, I want to be better at public speaking or I want to get fit don't provide enough direction. Instead, a smart goal would be, I will practice public speaking by delivering a 5-minute speech in front of an audience once a month for the next 6 months. This goal is specific, focuses on public speaking, measurable, reasonable for a beginner, relevant, improves communication skills, and time-bound. By setting smart goals, you make it easier to track progress, stay accountable, and measure improvement. This method removes uncertainty and provides a clear path forward. Another crucial aspect of goal setting is breaking down large goals into smaller, manageable steps. Big ambitions can feel overwhelming, and when people don't see immediate results, they often lose motivation. Instead of saying, I want to write a book, break it down, I will write 500 words per day for 3 months. By focusing on small, daily tasks, the larger goal becomes less intimidating and more achievable. Each small step builds momentum. And with time, these consistent efforts accumulate into significant progress. Many successful individuals follow this approach, understanding that small, continuous improvements lead to big transformations over time. Setting goals also requires flexibility and adaptation. Life is unpredictable and unexpected obstacles may arise. Sometimes, a goal may need to be adjusted, and that's okay. The key is to remain committed to the process while being open to change. If a plan isn't working, rather than giving up, successful individuals reassess, modify their strategies, and keep moving forward. Goals should act as guiding principles, not rigid constraints. By staying adaptable, you can navigate challenges while still progressing towards self-improvement. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. Many people fear failure because they believe it is a reflection of their incompetence or lack of ability. However, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a crucial part of the journey towards success. Every great achievement in history has been built on a foundation of failures, mistakes, and setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to failure. Those who learn from their mistakes see failure as a stepping stone, while those who fear it see it as a barrier. Developing the ability to embrace failure, analyze it, and grow from it is one of the most powerful ways to improve and move forward. One of the main reasons people struggle with failure is that they take it personally. They equate failing at something with being a failure themselves. This mindset is dangerous because it prevents growth. Instead of viewing failure as a personal shortcoming, it should be seen as feedback, a way to gain valuable insights into what went wrong and how to improve. When an athlete loses a game, they don't quit. They review their mistakes, train harder, and come back stronger. Similarly, when a student fails a test, the right response is not to give up, but to study smarter and seek help. Failure is simply a lesson in disguise, offering the knowledge needed to do better next time. Another important aspect of learning from failure is analyzing the root cause. Many people experience setbacks but never take the time to reflect on what went wrong. They either blame external factors or themselves without looking deeper into the situation. A productive approach is to ask critical questions. What specific mistakes did I make? What could I have done differently? Were there external factors I should have prepared for? By identifying patterns and understanding weaknesses, failure can become a guide for future success. This type of self-reflection turns failure into a constructive learning experience rather than a discouraging event. Some of the most successful individuals in history have experienced repeated failures before achieving greatness. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." Similarly, Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he used that failure as motivation to train harder and improve his game. These examples prove that failure is not a permanent state. It is a temporary setback that can be overcome with persistence and resilience. Another key lesson from failure is that it builds mental toughness and resilience. Every time you fail and choose to keep going, you become stronger. This is why failure is essential for long-term success. If everything in life came easily, people would never develop the strength to face bigger challenges. Each failure is like a workout for your mind. It pushes you, tests your limits, and ultimately makes you more capable. People who are afraid of failure often avoid risks, which limits their growth. But those who embrace failure understand that each setback is an opportunity to build resilience and develop the confidence to tackle even bigger challenges in the future. One common mistake people make is allowing failure to define their self-worth. Just because you fail at something does not mean you are a failure as a person. Failure is an event, not an identity. It is simply a moment in time that provides valuable information about what needs to change. The people who achieve the most in life are those who separate their self-worth from their setbacks. They do not dwell on their mistakes, but instead use them as fuel to push forward. They understand that failure does not mean the journey is over, it simply means a new strategy is needed. To truly learn from failure, one must develop a growth mindset. The belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. People with a growth mindset see failure as a natural part of the learning process. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, they ask themselves, "What can I learn from this? How can I improve?" This mindset allows people to continuously evolve, adapt, and refine their skills. When failure is seen as a teacher rather than an enemy, it loses its power to discourage and instead becomes a tool for progress. Self-discipline is the ability to control one's actions, emotions, and behaviors in order to stay focused on long-term goals. It is the foundation of success in any area of life, whether it's personal development, academics, fitness, career growth, or financial stability. While motivation can inspire a person to start something, it is self-discipline that ensures they follow through even when motivation fades. Those who master self-discipline are able to push themselves to do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like it. This ability to stay consistent and committed despite difficulties is what separates successful individuals from those who struggle to make progress. One of the biggest misconceptions about self-discipline is that it comes naturally to some people and not to others. In reality, self-discipline is not an inherent trait. It is a skill that can be developed through practice and consistency. Just like a muscle, the more it is exercised, the stronger it becomes. Many people assume that highly disciplined individuals have more willpower than others. But in truth, they have simply built strong habits and routines that support their goals. Instead of relying on sheer willpower, they create systems that make discipline easier to maintain. A key aspect of developing self-discipline is learning to resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term rewards. Many people struggle with discipline because they prioritize instant gratification over their bigger goals. For example, someone who wants to get in shape may find it difficult to resist unhealthy food or the urge to skip workouts. However, disciplined individuals remind themselves that short-term sacrifices lead to greater rewards in the future. By training the mind to focus on long-term benefits rather than immediate comfort, self-discipline becomes easier to maintain. Building self-discipline also requires establishing clear routines and habits. When actions become part of a daily routine, they require less mental effort to complete. For example, if someone decides to wake up at 5 a.m. to exercise every morning, it may be difficult at first. But after a few weeks of consistently following this schedule, it becomes a natural part of their day. Creating structured routines helps eliminate the need to constantly make decisions, reducing the chances of giving in to distractions or procrastination. Discipline is not about forcing oneself to work harder. It's about making good habits automatic. Another important factor in self-discipline is learning to manage distractions and time effectively. Many people struggle to stay disciplined because they allow distractions such as social media, television, or unnecessary conversations to take up their time and energy. Highly disciplined individuals recognize the importance of controlling their environment to minimize distractions. They might turn off notifications, set specific times for deep work, or create a workspace that promotes focus. By actively removing distractions and setting clear priorities, discipline becomes easier to maintain. Self-discipline is also closely linked to self-control and emotional regulation. Many times, people give up on their goals not because they lack ability, but because they allow their emotions to dictate their actions. For example, someone might avoid studying or working on a project because they feel frustrated. However, disciplined individuals understand that they cannot wait until they feel like it to take action. They develop the ability to push through discomfort and stay committed regardless of their mood. Success is not about always feeling motivated. It's about acting even when motivation is low. Accountability plays a significant role in maintaining self-discipline. When people hold themselves accountable or have others to hold them accountable, they are more likely to follow through on their commitments. This can be done by tracking progress, setting deadlines, or partnering with a mentor or coach who keeps them on track. Many successful individuals use accountability systems such as journaling, checklists, or progress reports. When people know that their actions are being measured, they are more likely to stay consistent and avoid making excuses. Finally, developing self-discipline requires patience and self-compassion. Many people expect perfection and become discouraged when they struggle to stay disciplined. However, setbacks are a natural part of the process. The key is not to give up after a bad day or a moment of weakness. Instead, disciplined individuals acknowledge their mistakes, learn from them, and continue moving forward. They understand that discipline is a lifelong journey, not a one-time achievement. By staying committed to the process and continuously working on self-discipline, anyone can develop the mental strength needed to achieve their goals. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools for self-improvement. The more a person learns, the more capable they become in navigating challenges, making informed decisions, and achieving their goals. However, knowledge is not something that is acquired once and then remains static. It is a continuous process of discovery and growth. Those who seek knowledge actively are always improving, adapting, and staying ahead. Whether it is learning a new skill, gaining deeper insight into a particular field, or understanding different perspectives, the pursuit of knowledge opens doors to endless opportunities. The desire to get better must be fueled by a commitment to lifelong learning. One of the most effective ways to gain knowledge is through reading and self-education. Many of the world's most successful individuals, from business leaders to scientists, have credited reading as a key factor in their success. Books, articles, and research papers provide access to the experiences and wisdom of those who have already mastered what others are trying to learn. Whether it is self-improvement books, technical manuals, or historical accounts, reading broadens the mind and deepens understanding. With the availability of audiobooks, online courses, and digital libraries, learning has never been more accessible. Those who make reading a habit gain a continuous stream of new insights that help them refine their abilities and expand their potential. Beyond books, another important source of knowledge is learning from other people. No one can become great entirely on their own. Seeking knowledge from mentors, coaches, teachers, and experienced individuals accelerates personal growth. A mentor provides guidance based on real-life experience, offering valuable insights that may not be found in books. Learning from someone who has already walked the path can help avoid common mistakes and make progress faster. Surrounding oneself with knowledgeable individuals creates an environment where learning becomes natural and continuous. Conversations, networking, and seeking advice from experts all contribute to gaining deeper knowledge. However, gaining knowledge is only half of the equation. Many people resist feedback because it can be uncomfortable to hear about their weaknesses or mistakes. However, feedback is a critical tool for improvement. Without it, people may remain unaware of their blind spots and continue making the same mistakes. Those who actively seek constructive criticism demonstrate a willingness to grow and improve. Instead of viewing feedback as an attack, they see it as a gift, an opportunity to refine their skills and become better. There are different ways to seek feedback effectively. One method is self-assessment, where individuals reflect on their own performance and analyze their strengths and weaknesses. Keeping a journal, tracking progress, and setting personal benchmarks help in identifying areas that need improvement. However, self-assessment alone is not enough, as people often have biases and blind spots when evaluating themselves. This is why external feedback from others is essential. Whether from a mentor, a coach, a teacher, or a peer, external feedback provides an objective perspective and highlights areas for growth. A crucial part of benefiting from feedback is learning how to receive it with an open mind. Many people become defensive when receiving criticism, seeing it as an attack on their abilities rather than as an opportunity to improve. However, those with a growth mindset understand that feedback is not meant to bring them down, but to help them move forward. Instead of reacting emotionally, they listen carefully, process the information, and use it constructively. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I apply this feedback to improve? By shifting their perspective, they turn feedback into a powerful tool for progress. Not all feedback is useful, and it is important to distinguish between constructive feedback and unhelpful criticism. Constructive feedback is specific, actionable, and aimed at helping a person improve. It might come from a mentor who genuinely wants to see growth, or from someone with expertise in the area being worked on. On the other hand, unhelpful criticism is often vague, negative, or based on personal opinions rather than facts. Learning to differentiate between the two ensures that only valuable feedback is taken seriously. Seeking feedback from credible and experienced individuals increases the chances of receiving helpful and relevant advice. Applying knowledge and feedback requires taking action. Many people gather knowledge and receive feedback but fail to implement what they have learned. Reading a book on leadership does not make someone a great leader unless they apply those lessons in real-life situations. Similarly, receiving feedback from a mentor is useless if it is not put into practice. The key to growth is actively using what is learned. This means taking small steps to apply new knowledge, experimenting with different strategies, and making continuous adjustments based on feedback. Improvement is not just about learning, it is about executing and refining. Seeking knowledge and feedback is not a one-time process, but a lifelong habit. The world is constantly changing, and those who stop learning get left behind. The most successful people in any field, whether athletes, business leaders, artists, or scientists, never stop improving. They are always learning new things, seeking advice, and refining their skills. This continuous cycle of learning, applying, and improving leads to constant progress and personal growth. Consistency and patience are two of the most important qualities required for self-improvement. Many people start their journey toward getting better with enthusiasm and high motivation, but they often become discouraged when they don't see immediate results. True progress is not achieved overnight. It requires sustained effort over time. Just like a tree does not grow to its full height in a day, personal growth and success take time, effort, and perseverance. Those who stay committed to their goals even when progress feels slow are the ones who ultimately achieve meaningful and lasting improvements in their lives. One of the biggest challenges in staying consistent is maintaining effort even when motivation fades. Motivation is great for getting started, but it is unreliable because it fluctuates based on emotions and circumstances. This is where discipline and routine become crucial. When people rely on discipline rather than motivation, they continue working toward their goals even on days when they don't feel like it. Successful individuals build habits that support their long-term vision, ensuring that progress continues regardless of temporary feelings of doubt or laziness. Consistency is about showing up every day, even when it's difficult. Another key aspect of consistency is focusing on small, daily actions rather than big, sudden changes. Many people become impatient because they want to see immediate transformation. However, real growth happens through small, repeated efforts. A person who exercises for just 30 minutes every day will see better long-term results than someone who works out intensely for a week and then quits. Similarly, reading 10 pages of a book daily adds up to over 3,500 pages in a year. The secret to getting better lies in steady, gradual progress rather than dramatic but unsustainable bursts of effort. Patience is equally important in the journey of self-improvement. In today's fast-paced world, people are conditioned to expect quick results. However, most meaningful achievements take time, whether it's mastering a skill, building a successful career, or developing a strong mindset. Impatience often leads to frustration and discouragement, causing many people to give up too soon. Those who understand the value of patience know that every effort they make is an investment in their future. Even if results are not immediately visible, they trust the process and continue putting in the work. A major reason why people struggle with patience is that they compare their progress to others. In the age of social media, it is easy to see someone else's success and feel like you are falling behind. However, everyone's journey is different, and progress happens at different speeds for different people. Comparing yourself to others only creates unnecessary stress and discouragement. Instead, focus on personal growth and measure progress based on individual improvement rather than external validation. The only competition that truly matters is the one against yourself. Aim to be better than you were yesterday. Consistency and patience are also vital when facing setbacks and obstacles. No journey toward improvement is smooth and challenges are inevitable. The key is to remain persistent, even in the face of failure or slow progress. When things don't go as planned, instead of giving up, take it as a learning experience and keep moving forward. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Every effort counts, even the ones that seem small or insignificant in the moment. Ultimately, staying consistent and patient builds a strong mindset. It teaches resilience, discipline, and the ability to stay focused despite difficulties. Over time, consistent effort leads to powerful results, proving that success is not about speed but about perseverance. Those who commit to continuous improvement, no matter how slow the progress may seem, will always end up far ahead of those who start strong but give up too soon. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our mindset, motivation, and overall growth. Whether we realize it or not, our environment influences our habits, beliefs, and even our level of ambition. If we spend time with individuals who uplift, encourage, and push us to be better, we naturally become more motivated and driven to improve. On the other hand, if we are constantly surrounded by negativity, criticism, or people who discourage our progress, it becomes much harder to stay on the path of self-improvement. This is why choosing the right company is essential for anyone striving to get better in life. One of the best ways to ensure continuous growth is to seek out people who inspire and challenge us. These could be mentors, successful professionals, disciplined individuals, or friends who share similar goals and ambitions. Being around people who have achieved what we aspire to accomplish can be incredibly motivating. Their knowledge, experiences, and work ethics serve as a guide, showing us what is possible and encouraging us to push beyond our limits. When we surround ourselves with high achievers, their mindset and habits naturally influence our own, helping us stay committed to self-improvement. Just as positive influences help us grow, negative influences can hinder our progress. There are people who constantly complain, criticize, or discourage others from taking risks and pursuing their dreams. They project their own fears and insecurities onto others, creating an environment of doubt and stagnation. Spending too much time around such individuals can drain energy, kill motivation, and make it harder to believe in one's potential. To truly grow, it is important to recognize toxic influences and create distance from those who do not support our journey of self-improvement. Another key aspect of surrounding yourself with positive influences is building a strong support system. Everyone faces setbacks and moments of self-doubt, but having a network of supportive and like-minded individuals can make a significant difference. A strong support system consists of people who encourage us during tough times, celebrate our achievements, and hold us accountable when we lose focus. These could be close friends, family members, coaches, or even online communities of individuals working towards similar goals. Having people who believe in us helps reinforce our own belief in ourselves, making it easier to stay on track and push forward. Finally, surrounding yourself with positive influences is not just about external relationships, it is also about consuming positive and uplifting content. The books we read, the podcasts we listen to, the videos we watch, and even the social media accounts we follow play a role in shaping our mindset. By filling our minds with inspiring, educational, and growth-oriented content, we reinforce positive thinking and stay motivated. When we continuously expose ourselves to new ideas, success stories, and valuable knowledge, we create an environment that fuels self-improvement. The key is to be intentional about what and who we allow to influence us, ensuring that every aspect of our environment contributes to our growth. The desire to get better is a lifelong journey, not a destination. Growth and self-improvement require continuous effort, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to progress. Every challenge faced, every lesson learned, and every small step taken brings us closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. It is not about perfection, but about persistence. Choosing to show up every day, even when the path gets difficult. True success lies in embracing the process, understanding that setbacks are part of the journey, and staying dedicated to constant improvement. By developing self-discipline, seeking knowledge, staying consistent, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we create an environment where growth becomes natural. Each decision we make, each habit we build, and each effort we put in shapes our future. In the end, the only competition that truly matters is the one against ourselves. The goal is not to be better than someone else, but to be better than we were yesterday. If we remain patient, committed, and open to learning, there is no limit to what we can achieve. The journey to getting better never truly ends. But with every step forward, we unlock new possibilities, greater strength, and a future filled with success and fulfillment.